Hello everyone, welcome to Wednesday's topic lesson on sink and float. Today we're going to recap some of the slides you've already done with Paula and read the rainbow fish. And then for your activity we're going to be thinking about animals that live under the water and animals that live on the land.
Float, sink, float, sink. What about this metal spoon? What do you think? It sinks. Let's explore, let's find out what floating and sinking's all about. Come and join me, let's find out. Will it sink or float? Let's try something heavy. What about a big old key? Will it float like the leaf? Let's see. Will it sink or float? It sinks. Sink. Float. Sink. Float. Sink, sink, sink. Float, float, float. Floating along like a boat. Some materials sink down, 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 when others just stay on the top floating around. So what's it all about? What makes things sink or float? Armbands, rubber ring, baby swimming chair. Blow them up with air. Paddling pool, beach ball, little blow-up boat. Metal key, money, a hook for your coat. If it weighs the same or less than water pushing up, we call the object buoyant. It stays up, up, up. If it's buoyant, it'll float on by. But if it's not, it'll sink. Bye-bye. We've explored, we've found out what floating and sinking's all about. Come on, let's all shout out. We know what sinks and floats. Sinking and floating, sinking and floating. We know what it's about. Now why don't you try it out?
During today's topic lesson we're going to try and remember what is floating and what is sinking. Then we're going to read the rainbow fish and we're going to link what we know about float and sink and what we've read in the rainbow fish to our activity where we're going to be sorting animals into the different groups of what animals live under the water and what animals live on the land. Thinking about our lesson yesterday, we have our water here on the screen. If I put a duck onto the water, will it sink or will it float? Well done, it will float. If I put a stone onto the water, will it float or will it sink? Can you remember from yesterday? Well done if you said that the stone will sink. Thinking about floating and sinking, we're going to read the rainbow fish. I hope you enjoy our story. Far out into the sea lived a fish, but he was no ordinary fish, however. He was the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales shimmered with all the colours of the rainbow. The other fish admired his colourful scales and called him the rainbow fish. Come and play with us, rainbow fish. But the rainbow fish was proud and swam past them. A little blue fish swam along behind him. Rainbow fish, wait for me, please. Give me one of your glittering scales. They are so beautiful, and you have so many. Give you one of my scales? What are you thinking of? Cried the rainbow fish. Get away from me. Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. Still very excited, he told his friends about it. From then on, nobody wanted any more to do with the rainbow fish. They turned away when he swam past them. What use were rainbow fish's scales if they were no longer admired by anyone? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. But one day he poured out his sorrows to the starfish. I'm so beautiful. Why doesn't anyone like me? In a cave behind the coral reef lives a wise octopus. Perhaps he can help you, says the starfish. Rainbow Fish found the cave. It was very dark here. He could hardly see anything. Then suddenly he saw two glowing eyes. I have been expecting you, said the octopus in a deep voice. The waves have told me your story. Now listen to my advice. Give every fish one of your glittering scales. Then you may not be the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean, but at least you'll be happy again. But Rainbow Fish began to say, "But octopus!" But the octopus had already disappeared in a cloud of dark ink. Give away my scales? My beautiful glittering scales? Thought Rainbow Fish, horrified. Never! No! How could I be happy without them? Suddenly he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. Rainbow Fish, please don't be angry. Please give me one of your glittering scales. Only a small one. Rainbow Fish hesitated. A very small scale, he thought. I will hardly miss it. Rainbow Fish carefully pulled off the very smallest of his glittering scales. Here, I'll give you this one. But now, leave me in peace. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much, babbled the little blue fish excitedly. You are kind, Rainbow Fish. Rainbow Fish felt quite strange. He watched the little blue fish for a long time as he swam away happily through the water with his glittering scale, turning this way and that way. The little blue fish darted through the water with his glittering scale. Soon Rainbow Fish was surrounded by other fish. All of them wanted to have one glittering scale. Rainbow Fish shared out his scales and felt happier and happier as he did so. Finally, the Rainbow Fish only had one glittering scale left. He had given away all of the other scales, but he felt happier and happier than he had ever done before. Come on, Rainbow Fish, come and play with us. I'm coming, said the Rainbow Fish, and the Rainbow Fish went to play with the other fish. The story is finished. Thinking about our story, The Rainbow Fish, I would like you now to think about what animals live underwater and what animals live on the land. For your activity, I would like you now to go and cut out the animals on your spare sheet and sort them into the correct category. So you have a badger, a whale, a tortoise, a fox, a manatee, a seahorse, an octopus, a rabbit, an owl, a squirrel, a shark, and a deer. Well done, everyone. Thank you. Topic is finished.